There is one fundamental question you must always ask yourself, either as an entrepreneur, a career person, or in your private life. Welcome to Streams. On this edition of Streams, I'm just going to ask you one simple question. What is your next move? What is your next move in your current career? What is your next move in your current business? Because a lot of us ask this question too late or when we are back to a corner. If you are currently in a job or a 9 to 5 career, what is your next move? Are you waiting until you are sacked or discharged from that job? You need to be thinking ahead. What happens with the COVID and the pandemic? I know what is happening in my industry. How could that impact me? How could that impact the need for me in this particular establishment? Is your business growing or is it shrinking? Is that sector resilient to the pandemic? Don't be at the mercy of the system. Create a pathway for yourself. It could be retraining for a new career. I don't think you necessarily have to jump into the world of entrepreneurship. But if that is something you want to explore, then go for it. But don't be caught unawares. For people who are also in business, what is your next move? Are you struggling or it's been tough for you? Are you thinking of throwing in the towel or you want to just hang in there and hope something happens or things just turns around? No, that would be a recipe for frustration. You need to think through whatever you are facing now. Either your business is tough or the sector you are working in is too tough and things are too slow or they are not turning around quickly. Look at the travel industry and people who invest in that sector. But even if your business is thriving and you've been making a kill, succeeding beyond your wildest imagination, what is your next move? What is your next move if your best customer just walk out of the door? What is your next move if a pandemic type of situation hits the sector that has been very, very successful for you? This is a question that should agitate the mind of thinkers or business people or anyone that wants to make an impact out of their life. People that does not just want their life to flow to the caprices or the flow or ebb of situation that is around them. You need to take responsibility by knowing ahead what is your next move. Look at different areas of your life. In my finance, what is my next move? In my family affairs, what is my next move? In my business adventure, what is my next move? You need to keep asking that question. Over the last couple of days, I've engaged with entrepreneurs, wannabe entrepreneurs who were once very successful but could no longer pay their bills. I've spoken to people who had an amazing career, but because of the pandemic, the career just ended. Your next move when the unthinkable happens. How do you pivot and then turn your life around? This is a dialogue or a question for everyone, not just in business, but as a live, reinforcing thinking. What is my next move? If you're a salesperson out there and you've just won one of the biggest customers of your life that is bringing clientele or revenues to your business, what is your next move? What happens if that same customer walk out of the door or walks out or go out with a competitor? What is your next move? What I'm challenging you or encouraging you to do is to do a reflection and a critical analysis of your own life, of your own business, and look at the vulnerabilities that are in that business and how you can mitigate against them. I remember when I was still in the university, I had this staff advisor, mentor that always said to me, look, all of these theories that are propounded in your universities does not work in the real world. The business environment is quite different. And that was something that helped me to mentally and strategically prepare for life after my education, in which I can thrive with or without my education. And if you're a student out there, what is your next move? In your current studies, in your current specialization, what are the tracks you want to follow? Don't just be at the mercy of the economy. Cut a path for yourself. So, my challenge for you on this session or streams is for you to think ahead. Don't let things happen to you. Rather, you should be happening to things. You should be interrupting the system. You should be bringing innovations. Even when you are successful, there is a better dimension to what you are already exploring. Yesterday, I was discussing Elon Musk with a friend, and we're saying, what is the major brand of Elon Musk? Elon Musk is known with Tesla. But do you know Elon Musk is at the moment the biggest space entrepreneur, as you may define it, because he's partnering with NASA. 3 days ago, he was just given a $2.9 billion to build a lunar space rocket for NASA, and is the one that has already won the contract to deliver goods, to deliver people to the space station for NASA. And currently also, Elon Musk is developing one of the best software for autonomous driving, driverless cars. So is it just about Tesla? Tesla is the biggest electric cars in the world, and the valuation of Tesla alone is more than BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Toyota, all of the major automakers put together. That is a man thinking ahead. He's looking at and is bending civilization to his vision. He's telling civilization this is where the next thing will be. He's already bending our mind to think Mars should be conquered. And everyone is joining him in that venture. I was told that he was already also constructing underground tunnels in LA in order to overcome the traffic. One man with the most successful electric cars, also the most successful space business at the moment, and is already ahead of his generation competitors in autonomous driverless cars, and is already thinking. So it's not about you sitting around one pie. Grow it bigger, grow larger, thinking of the next move. When you conquer this, what is the next move? What is the next phase? That is how to remain successful. That is how to be ahead of the game. That is how to happen to situations without situations happening to you. That is how to be, continuously be on your A game. Not when you have this merely small successful outing and you are feeling cocky as though you have conquered the world. Is when you get cocky, that's when you get caught. I remember the former Prime Minister of Britain, David Cameron. When he came in 2010, he barely won, so he formed a coalition government. Could you believe that coalition government lasted for 5 years? In 2015, when he won a landslide, could you believe that government did not last more than 6 to 10 months? Because immediately he won this landslide in 2015, he thought, well, I don't need to be careful. It was just promising and going big on things it does not have capacity to deliver. He was forced to resign when the Brexit gamble did not pay off, when it failed, because he was confident he could persuade Britain to remain in the EU. But that gamble failed. So if you are cocky because you are successful in certain areas, that means you are getting cocky. You can be caught either in the economic space or in the policy space or in the business space, you need to be thinking on your next move. What is your next move? That is the question I want to leave with you. You need to examine that, and you need to create a path for yourself and answer those questions genuinely. And you will know what your next move should be, either in your industry, either in your career, either in your education, or whatever sector of your or section of your life. So answer that question, and I'll see you on the next episode. But don't forget, on the left side, there will be a subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel, and at the end of this video, some other materials will come up. See, you're understanding your wife, for example, and how to be resilient in this kind of climate and the economy. So go and succeed. Go and pivot to what next move should be for you. And I'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.